Hey everyone, it's Steven GetMoneyMyrick here. Today's video I'm going to be doing a Valiant push in BuyOk's account. If you remember, BuyOk is one of my guild members, and I had an older video with him where we tried to get to Valiant, and at that time he did not have Halora. We were trying to see if we could do it with a V3 Rogan and 2 Tixes, but one of the big problems we had obviously was no Halora, but also the fact that there was no way to get both of our Tixes to do actives within the first round. Well, a lot's changed since then, and I'm going to be calling this like my pseudo Defier run because the lineup we're using now is similar to what you might see in a Defier push. Even though we're just pushing for Valiant, and even though it's not quite exactly what you would need for Defier, it's missing some enables and some of the pay-to-win artifacts. It shows off like how you would be pushing towards Defier if you were doing that. So I'm excited about that. I did want to say that if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and check out the heroes that BuyOk has now and what things have changed since our last video. So as I mentioned, he did not have a Halora, and now we do. So that is the big change. Is now we have a V3 Halora, we have a V1 Rogan. And you can see we have 2 Tixes, we have an E5 Ignis, we have a 10-star Ignis. And specifically, one of the other things that he's also done since that last video is he's been able to get 8 copies of Demon Bells. So we have a 2-star Demon Bell on our Halora. We have a 2-star Demon Bell on our Carry, I believe. Oh no, she's got the 1-star, and then our Rogan has another 2-star. And what this means is we're going to be able to generate enough energy in order for both of our Tixes to get actives off on round 1, which means that we don't need basically means like we could potentially be using both of these Tixes. Now that being said, one of our Tixes, is V4, has a 3-star staff punisher, and the other one is only V2, has a holy damage attack stone as opposed to a crit attack stone, only has a 1-star staff punisher. So we're still going to be getting the vast majority of our damage from our V4 Tix. The question I'm kind of curious about is, does having this second Tix prove better at V2, with only a 1-star staff punisher, than having a 10-star Ignis, who's going to be feeding energy into our more powerful Tix? So this account, right now we have 10,499 gems. It's been taking me about 6,000 gems, I would say, to clear Void Vortex and get to Valiant. So I am curious to see, can we do it with less gems by having the enables in the setup this way, because we'll be using an energy feed in order for our Tixes to all go round 1. My Ignis now actually is slower than my V4 Tix. You can see she's at 1703 speed as opposed to 1742, because now my Ignis is going to be going after the Tixes, get their claps off, and feeding energy into our V4 Tix. I will also be running, not running Unbending Will on her at first, and kind of see how that goes. Still doing full priest gear. Potentially this is overkill. We'll have to kind of see. We might need her to die a little easier. And my speed, I actually had to do some things in order to get her slower. I had to take off the speed enables here in order to make sure she was actually slower than Tix so that she could feed energy. So we also will be using Carry, and we may or may not be using Ramen if we have some Garuda waves, but really just curious to see what our luck is, and if we can do less gems than a traditional push. So I've already gone through and I've cleared Explorer Area 6 and 5. They were very easy. There was one planet we had to attack 3 times. But other than that, we, did everything. I did want to go ahead and without, re-rolling planets or anything, just kind of show off how this build works so you can see how the actives works and how the energy feed works in case you are curious of that. So we'll get to ×1 speed so we can see our Rogan doesn't active and our Carry doesn't active, and that allowed enough energy so that all of our Tixes have full energy, and you can see our Ignis as well fed energy into our Tix. Now unfortunately Carry robbed the energy from our Tix, so this probably is not going to be a fight that we win this particular time. And there is still an awkward thing of, this Tix no longer actually gives energy. He doesn't get energy anymore until our Ignis dies, and obviously if our Ignis dies, then nobody's getting energy. So he's kind of already done his work, and so that's kind of the real question is, does that first clap, does the fact that he can swap attacks, the fact that he's only a 1-star staff punisher, is that better than using a 10-star Ignis, which would be giving energy to our Tix? Potentially he would have been able to get a clap here round 2 if our Ignis would have died and fed energy into him, despite the fact that Carry stole energy from him in the first round. So we will go ahead and we'll see. You can see unfortunately died there. I don't know if you can hear my kids talking in the background, but they're playing back there. Hopefully it's not getting picked up on the recording. We'll go ahead and we'll do one more. We'll do it at ×2 speed here. So again, you can see we got the clap, ignis onto ticks there. That's better because the carry went after this ticks, not this one. And we'll kind of look at the damage dealt screen here. And you can see how much damage that other ticks is doing and if it's really worth it. I imagine we'll be winning this, but you can see it's a little awkward that we didn't get a round 3 active out of any of our heroes. But we should be lowering the attack quite a lot between all the ticks attacks we have. That hopefully, yep, there we go, nice. So let's go ahead and look at the damage, and you can see still, like the fact that one of them is not getting energy fed consistently, the fact that one of them is V4, the fact that one of them has a staff punisher, like there is still a big difference in the amount of damage being done. So especially on 3 and 4, or I guess 1 and 2, where the control effects are heightened on those planets, it's still maybe better that we have to bring in our 10-star Ignis. But I did want to try this out and see how it goes. Because, the 10-star Ignis as well, they would also be feeding energy into Tick, so he would have a double-barreled attack of getting fed from the E5 Ignis as well as from the 10-star Ignis. So we just cleared area 4, and you can see we actually still have 12 attacks left, and this is also on a Saturday instead of on a Sunday, so I don't know how quickly these fill up, but we would potentially have a few more. So going pretty well so far, honestly. I don't know as they get more healthy if that second ticks becomes more useless and isn't doing as much, but so far definitely a very strong run, and also just excited to kind of show off how this strategy works. Yeah, so since the goal for this video is to use as few gems as possible, I am actually going to use some protection signets even a little bit earlier than maybe I necessarily need to, just because in the past I've actually been finishing with too many protection signets. There's a nice easy planet here. So we did just run out of energy burners on area 3 with 2 planets left, so that's the first time we've run out. Honestly, that feels like pretty solid to get this far. We'll go ahead and get 40 here and just start with a smooth 1,000 and see what we can do. This planet is pretty dang tough. I am going to be looking for a better planet. This one should definitely be easier. Still a little tough, but definitely easier. So we can see if we're still... didn't quite kill the carry, huh? Or the... There we go, nice and easy. This planet is pretty tough. We'll go ahead and we'll use a protection signet. When we got very lucky, we got the shadow on the first one there. So that is some good luck. That was nice. The carry's coming back to life now. There goes one. And we are... Whoa, there's our second ticks putting in some work. Don't think it's going to be enough, but... Let's see what the damage dealt here. So you can see the damage there was pretty similar. We'll go ahead and try this twice. 2 more times. See if we can get it or if we need to reroll this planet when we got it. Nice. Getting some bad luck with the dodges by those carries. Man, everyone is dodging. Got the ghost on Garuda there. That's what made the difference. Oh, that was some bad luck on those rerolls. Got on the very last one. Okay, well, this is clearly the easiest run we've ever done so far. Part of it being that I was more willing to use signets a little early on, but mostly just the power of this team. I think without a doubt, I can pretty confidently say that this is easier. Obviously, it's significantly harder to do, but so far, we bought those $1,000 worth of attacks, and we have not bought anything else since then, and we're already on Explorer 1. We will see what else we have to do, but so far it's going very, very well. Check out the planets here in Explorer 1. You can see that planet is definitely going to be tough. This planet is possible because Russ, Belrain, and Sherlock are pretty bad, and we have Shadow. This planet is definitely possible. This planet is pretty tough, pretty dang tough. We might need to reroll that. And this planet is super easy, honestly. So we may be able to get by with just the 1,000 gems. I'm kind of curious to see if we can do it or not. Let's start with the one, though, that was should in theory be very easy. This one. We'll go ahead and, we're going to go get the shadow, and we got the good luck there, too. I mean, one of the nice thing is, right, is you don't have to worry about the carries. There's no carries, so you're guaranteed, unless your Tix dies, you're guaranteed that your Tix is going to get, like that, you know, that your Tix is going to get a active off, guaranteed. Oops. Keep talking, buddy. This is easy, right? Penny, man. Reflective armor. Gotta take that penny out. The damage is real. You know, we're actually having some trouble with this planet on Explorer Area 1. I don't quite get what the problem is. I don't know if maybe the fact that our second Tix maybe is just not doing enough damage, that maybe we are getting some bad luck or something. But this should be relatively easy, and instead we are having a challenge for sure. And we have the shadow protection on it as well. It's the easiest planet here. Like, we should just be knocking this out. And obviously, as I start talking is when we beat it. So, you know, we have 6 attacks left, 3 planets left. I'm not feeling like we're going to get this sub 1,000. You know, I was already picturing this beautiful thumbnail I'd get to have if I cleared it with less than 1,000. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So we will see what else it takes in order to clear this. Unfortunately, I think it will make the most sense for us to just go ahead. I mean, I'll try this one more time, to go ahead and just start re-rolling planets and getting easier planets. So we got this far, and now it's really just of how lucky we get re-rolling planets and how many gems we have to spend. Okay, that's a relatively lucky roll for the planet. Can our ticks come up big here? Not big enough. Oh, the ghost! The ghost! We'll go ahead and we'll use protection signets on these planets until we get what we need. And then we'll save the rest that we have for clearing one planet in Valiant, whatever planet is the easiest. This is definitely not the easiest roll on this planet. You could get Sigmund, Valentino, Carrie, Shia, Valkyrie, Ada, which is the one that you want. But I did want to at least try this one like twice and just see what we can do. Just because it would be nice to get it knocked out without having to re-roll anymore, but I don't envision that happening. No, we're going to have to re-roll. Get another 10 gems. Re-roll here. That one might be, that's kind of annoying, but this one might be possible. Like, the 3 carries is extremely annoying, but if you get lucky with your claps and then our Tix doesn't get hit with the carry attack. No, no, no. Go ahead and reset opponent again, reset opponent again. Come on, come on. Come on, big clap. Yeah. Last planet here in Explorer Area 1. Gonna have to re-roll this one. I think we have to re-roll that one too. Okay, first re-roll, we got what we needed. So let's see if we can knock this out in the first attack here. Or not, and then whether or not we can not have to buy any more attacks at all in order to clear a planet within Valiant. Big clap here. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So that's how we did it. That's how we got the Valiant. Let's go ahead and check what our gem count is right now. So our gem count is at 8,374. We started at 10,499. So we used 2,125 gems. So that's definitely the minimal clear that I've done so far, because I think mine before this, my minimal was like 5,500, and this was only, like I said, 2,125. So definitely the best clear so far. We are going to go ahead and try to knock out a planet for him within Valiant. This one surely has to be the easiest one. We'll go ahead and just use all of our protection signets, because why not, and get this one done. And definitely, you know, you could have said that I did not need to buy 2 more attacks. So, you know, technically under 2,100. Did not get that good thumbnail of less than 1,000, but I'll survive. So we were able to clear that final planet in Valiant with just the remaining attacks that we had left, those 2 attacks. So that was good news. I wanted to give a big thank you to BuyOk for letting us show off this account, show off some of the power you can have with 2 Tixes and being able to feed them energy, both of them energy within the first round. Obviously, if he was wanting to push further into Valiant and make a Defier push, you would need, you know, 40,000 gems, and you need a V4 Tix, V4 this. Lots more stuff with the Staff Punisher, but I was just very curious, you know, like, is a second Tix with a weaker Staff Punisher that's not V4, is that better than a 10-star Ignis? And I feel pretty comfortable saying that it is. Just the damage that you're able to put out there and probably delete heroes after that first round probably makes up for it. Because clearly, you know, spending 2,100 gems versus my typical like 6,000 gems did end up saving some gems in the long run. It makes me feel less bad about the 2,000 gems that we had to spend in my previous video when I had to bail and say, no, we're not doing this. So once again, big thank you to BuyOk's account. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully I explained a little bit about what the people that are pushing for Defier look like, and just happy we're able to get it cleared up. That's all I got in my video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.